this business of Rahm Emanuel using effing retarded to describe his own radical leftist Democrats for getting in the way on health care and so forth, I never used the word. I never once used the word. It never crosses my mind to use the word. And yet, Obama or Rahm Emanuel did it. So, because Sarah Palin, this is making fun of people. And so I decided, well, if it's okay for the Democrats to do it, and the Democrats are out there defending Emanuel, then okay, I'll go ahead and do it. And everybody in this audience knew full well what I was doing. Having fun with a Democrat finally in the same position they always put us in. They're the PC police. And they hammer us out of office. They drive us out of our careers when we violate their speech codes. So here is Rahm Emanuel stepping in it big time. And I thought I would just make fun of it. And you would not believe the left out there thinks, independently of Emanuel, that I started using the word. And that Sarah Palin should demand that I get fired, just like she did of Emanuel, or apologize. When I was clearly making fun of Emanuel, and everybody in this audience knew it, and I actually think that most on the left know it too. They just love all this feigned, faked outrage, and they love using the speech police to drum people like me out of our work or out of office or what have you. So it was, in fact, let's grab number 27 first, Mike, before we get back to in order at number 3. Even today, on The View, Barbara Walter and Whoopi Goldberg talking about me as though Rahm Emanuel had nothing to do with what I was doing.
In this interview, they talked about Rush Limbaugh. Rush Limbaugh was using satire. Rahm Emanuel should be fired. Rush Limbaugh was using satire.
Yeah, well, when he appears at Caroline's, the comedy club, I'll believe it was satirical.
I love these people. So you have to go to a comedy club to use satire. You have to be a comedian to get away with satire. That was this morning, Sturdley. That was the Whoopi Goldberg. Did that performance at, well, it was a Democrat convention. It was a fundraiser for John Kerry. Yeah, that same Whoopi Goldberg used the F-bomb, I think, a number of times at a fundraiser at Radio City Music Hall for John Kerry, who served in Vietnam. Yeah, same Whoopi Goldberg. But, I mean, the I know, they really do live. The liberal mind, it scares me. I understand it. It really frightens me. I understand, because I predicted this is going to happen. I predicted every time we do it. I predict what's going to happen, and it happens. So here's what they're talking about. Sarah Palin, Fox News Sunday yesterday. She and Chris Wallace had a discussion about this as 2 sound bites.
Rush Limbaugh weighed in this week, and he said this: our politically correct society is acting like some giant insults taken place by calling a bunch of people who are retards.
He was satirical.
Wait, let me finish.
In that.
I mean, these people, these liberal activists, are kooks. Should Rush Limbaugh apologize?
They are kooks, so I agree with Rush Limbaugh. Rush Limbaugh was using satire to bring attention to what this politically correct...
But he used the R word.
Using satire. Name calling by anyone. I teach this to my children. You teach it to your children and your grandchildren too. Name calling by anyone. It's just unnecessary. It just wastes time.
And Wallace kept going, but Palin stuck to her guns.
I didn't hear Rush Limbaugh calling a group of people whom he did not agree with effing retards. And we did know that Rahm Emanuel, it's been reported, did say that. There's a big difference there. But again, name calling, using language that is insensitive by anyone, male, female, Republican, Democrat, it's unnecessary. It's inappropriate. And let's all just grow up.
Yes. So there you have it. Sarah Palin sticking to her guns there. And it did not die. It was going on all weekend. It was happening on Friday. This is this morning on Bloomberg TV's In the Loop. The guest, political capital host Al Hunt, and the anchor babe, Betty Liu, says moving to Sarah Palin on the Tea Party convention, mocking Obama. Is she serious about a presidential run?
This weekend demonstrated two things about Sarah Palin. What a terrific performer she is. She gave a very effective speech. She had some great lines. She delivered them very effectively. She got in trouble, however, on another issue where she said Rahm Emanuel ought to resign because he used the word retard. And then Rush Limbaugh said something far, far worse and intentional as opposed to Emanuel. And she sort of took a dive on Rush Limbaugh. It shows she can't quite hit big league pitching when it's not put down the middle for her.
Far, far worse. I quoted him. But you know what they've moved on. Well, they have moved on. But they are livid. The left is livid over a picture in which she had written some crib notes in the palm of her hand. And they were just little reminders of areas to discuss. You know, they used to make fun of Reagan for having index cards to remind himself of where he was going. And, of course, their guy can't even make sense without a teleprompter. And even with the right words on a teleprompter, he still doesn't know how to pronounce them. As in corpseman. 3 times. Corpseman. So here these spoiled brat, whiny little R-words are sitting there, upset that Sarah Palin had some little notes on her hand. Well, Sarah Palin might have the media tweak of the day, because she's in a campaign appearance with Rick Perry, the governor of Texas. She has written "Hi, Mom" on her palm as a reminder to say hi to Mom. It's right there. She's holding it up for everybody to see, clapping her hands. The media can see it. These people are so easy to tweak and make fun of. And I'm glad that somebody besides me has learned how to do it. Because it just agitates them even further. It just irritates them all the more.